Hello again, boys and girls. Hope you've had a good week, good time since uh, we met up last week. So, this week for math, we are going to be learning how to do 3-digit subtraction with regrouping. I know this gets a little trickier, so we're going to take it nice and slow. Make sure you have your pencil and paper with you, and make sure that you are writing um, the problems as we go. Okay, so let's first take a look. A couple different ways we can do this with our task analysis. We can either, lots of you know the rhyme, so if you're, everybody read this with me. Numbers the same, zeros the game. Number 2, more on top, no need to stop, go. And number 3, more on the floor, go next door, get 10 more, and regroup. I know a lot of you are familiar with that. If not, you can also use look at the ones, borrow if needed, subtract. Look at the tens, borrow if needed, subtract. Look at the hundreds, subtract. Okay, so here we go. So our first one, boys and girls, if you would please write on your paper 780 minus 436. So we're going to start by looking at the ones column. We always start in the ones. So using this rhyme, numbers the same, zeros the game. Are these two numbers the same? No. So we're going to the second part of the rhyme. More on top, no need to stop, go. Is there more on the top in the top number? No. So we're going to go to step 3. More on the floor, go next door, get 10 more, and regroup. Is there more on the floor or the bottom? Yes. So we will regroup. For our lesson today, we will always be using the third part of the rhyme. Also, if you go back to the other directions, you are look at the ones, borrow if needed, subtract. Do we need to borrow in the ones column? Yes, we do. So here we go. So because if I have 0 cookies, can I give you 6? No, of course not. So we have to go borrow. So we're going to cross out the 8, make it a 7. It has to go down one number. Then we're going to take that 1 that we took away from the 8 and put it on top of the 0. Let's cross out the 0 and put it on top so that we now have a 10. Can I do 10 minus 6? If I have 10 cookies, can I give you 6? Yes, of course I can. So what is 10 minus 6? 4. Correct. Make sure you wrote 4. Then we go to the tens column. We now have 7 minus 3. What is 7 minus 3? Write your answer. If you said 4, you are correct. And now let's look at the hundreds column. 7 minus 4. Can we do that? Yes, we can. So what is 7 minus 4? 3 is correct. So your answer here is 344. So I'm going to erase my board. You are not going to erase. You're just going to go to the next place on your paper. And let's write our next problem, which is 423 minus 119. All right, so using our task analysis, our rhyme, or our steps, remember I said for these problems, we're going to be doing more on the floor, go next door, get 10 more. So here, 9 is more than 3, so we're going to go next door to the tens column. We're going to cross out the 2 and make it a 1 because we're taking 1 away from the 2. So when you do 2, take away 1, you have 1 left over. The one that we're taking away goes on top of the 3. Now we cross out the 3 and put it up next to the 1. So my number is now 13 minus 9. Would you please subtract 13 minus 9 and write your answer? What did you get? 4 is correct. Now we can go to the tens column. So we have 1 minus 1, which is numbers the same, zeros the game. So we're going to put a 0 here. We then go to our hundreds column. 4 minus 1 is, you got it, it's easy, it's 3. So our answer is 304. Okay? So I'm going to erase. You're going to go to the next part on your paper, and we will do another problem. Okay, so this one's going to be a little different. So please write on your paper 232 minus 170. Make sure you're lining your numbers up so that you are subtracting correctly. So again, we're going to look, is there more on top or more on the floor? There's more on top. More on top? No need to stop. Go. 2 minus 0 is 2. Now we'll go to our tens column. Is there more on top or more on the bottom? There's more on the floor. So go next door, get 10 more. So we will cross out the 2, make it a 1, carry the 1 on top of the 3, and then cross out the 3 and put it next to the 1. Now we are subtracting 13 minus 7. So go ahead and do that and write your answer on your paper. Good job. What did you get? 6. And now we'll go subtract our hundreds. What is 1 minus 1? 0. So your answer is 62. Great. Okay, we're going to do another one like this, where we are regrouping the tens place. So our problem is 948 minus 472. All right, look at your ones column. Regroup if needed, or borrow if needed. Do you need to borrow anything to subtract 8 minus 2? No, you do not. So what is 8 minus 2? 6 is correct. Now go to your tens column. You have 4 minus 7. Can you do 4 minus 7? No, because there's more on the floor. So we have to borrow and regroup our numbers. So where do we go to do that? Correct. We go over to the hundreds column. We cross out the 9 and we make it an 8. Because when we take away 1 from the 9, it becomes an 8. That one we take away, we put above the 4. And then we cross out the 4 and put it next to the 1. You are now subtracting 14 minus 7. Do that. What did you get? 7, of course. Now you can subtract your hundreds. 8 minus 4 is 4. And your answer is 476. Great job. I know these are a little trickier, so I know you're listening well and following along and doing each step with me. So thank you so much for that. I want to do just one word problem with you so that you can see how this works in a word problem. So just like we did before, I'm going to read you the problem. You are not going to write the words to the problem. I want you to write the numbers as I say them. I want you to be listening closely for keywords, and I want you to think about what's going on in the problem as I read it. Picture it in your mind. Are you ready? You got your pencil? Let's do it. A store had 472 bouncy balls. They sold 155. How many bouncy balls are left? Okay. Did you write your numbers? The store had 472 bouncy balls. They sold 155. How many bouncy balls were left? What are the key words? Were left. Great job. We will subtract. So now we will. So we will, looking at our steps again. Is there more on the floor? Can we subtract this? There is more on the floor. So we need to go to the tens column and borrow. Cross out the 7. Make it a 6. Because when you take away 1 from 7, it becomes 6. Carry the 1. Cross out the 2. Put it on top. You now have 12 minus 7. Solve that. And 12 minus 5, which is 7. Now we go to the tens place. What is 6 minus 5? It is 1. And then we go to the hundreds place. What is 4 minus 1? Correct. It is 3. So our answer is 317. But what is it? Let's label it. 317 what? Bouncy balls. Great job, boys and girls. I've loved doing this lesson with you again. I hope you're all happy and well, and that you are learning how to learn online with all of your teachers. So have a great rest of your day and rest of your week, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.